Every woman watching this should reflect right now on the dating patterns not only of themselves, but of their group of friends as well. Isn't it perplexing that some women have amazing luck dating, and other women are almost always rejected by them and they pursue? If this sounds like you, keep reading, because the solution to end this pattern of rejection might be simpler than you think. Here are 6 reasons why you're always rejected by the men you're interested in and what you can do about it. 1. You're not giving the law of averages a chance to work its magic. In other words, you're not putting yourself out there enough, not by a mile. If you've been rejected by men a bunch of times, and you've developed a fear of rejection, you might be avoiding the dating world altogether. The law of averages indicates that the more no's you experience, the closer you will get to a yes. It's the magic of probability. In other words, the more dates you go on that don't work out, or the more times you're rejected, the closer you are to finding someone that it does work out with. 2. You have a rejection attachment. If you're used to being rejected and disregarded, you might unconsciously seek out rejection because it's what you're familiar with. If you're seeking rejection without realizing it, you could have a psychological attachment to rejection. Women with a rejection attachment probably believe that they are undesirable, so they collect evidence that supports that belief. This evidence gathering would of course include seeking out approval from those who aren't willing to give them any sort of validation, and pursuing those who aren't fully returning their affections. 3. Your attitude towards dating is generally quite negative. If you've had way too many horrible dating experiences to count, it can be tough to be optimistic about dating. Perhaps you've been dumped, cheated on, rejected, left for somebody better and told you weren't good enough so many times that you now have a negative attitude towards dating. The problem with not being positive is that you won't attract anything positive. You get what you give, so if you're giving off a negative attitude when it comes to all things dating related, it'll be picked up on, even if it's subtle or subconscious. 4. You have low self-esteem. Okay, you probably aren't expecting this, but I'm about to quote Fat Bastard from the Austin Powers movie. You probably remember the part where he says, "I eat because I'm unhappy. And I'm unhappy because I eat." It's a vicious cycle. Well, the same goes for rejection. You have low self-esteem from being rejected. And you're being rejected due to your low self-esteem. You can't let that cycle continue. Men are not attracted to women with low self-esteem and no self-confidence. Confidence and self-love are attractive qualities, and that's the #1 thing you need to work on if you want to find love. If you don't think you're a total catch, why would he think you are? 5. You're either too needy or too independent. Nobody enjoys either extreme. Being too needy is terrible because nobody likes feeling as though you're relying on them too much. It can be overwhelming for a man to think that he's fully responsible for your happiness because you need him and rely on him so much. However, he wants to be needed a little bit. He probably doesn't want you to be so independent that he can't even show off a little and fix a problem for you because you always want to fix it yourself. He probably doesn't want you to be so independent that you care way too little and aren't affected by anything. 6. You're picking the wrong men. Don't pursue a guy who has someone else in the picture. Before you pursue a guy, it's best to get all the details when it comes to how single he really is. If he's not over his ex-girlfriend, he's very recently single, or the woman he really wants turned him down, it's best think twice about dating this guy. It's pretty difficult to get a guy to commit to you if there's someone else he's thinking about. Make sure he's single, unattached and available in every way first. Ask around, and ask him straight up. It's best to go after a guy who's available in every sense of the word. Seek men who are open to a relationship, healthy and happy. Don't pick the wrong men, and don't let them pick you.